Welcome back, everyone, to a new game, Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. It's been on my list to play for quite a while. I'm just haven't gotten around to it, and a lot of that is, as you'll see, the character creation. I don't know a lot about the Warhammer setting to begin with. And I don't know what's useful and what's not useful. So yeah. Main story. Because I don't have the other two. Anyway. I'll just do normal. Create a custom character. Okay. Appearance. I'm gonna take a portrait first. None of these portraits really grab my attention. This one kind of does. I kind of like it, but at the same time it's like, eh. Let's just go with that one for now. Okay, we'll just do that one. Because that's pretty cool. Let's go with it. I don't really like the hair. Yeah, we can go with that. I'm cool with that. I kind of like that hair color. Bushy eyebrows. That looks better. Tattoo. Yeah, I like that score better. Changing. Oh, I see. Not that there's multiple pages, it's just you can have up to 5 different tattoos. Gotcha. Okay. It's kind of cool. I wish there was a little bit more detail though. Sure, why not? Excuse me. I'm fine with the black. Augmentations. Do I want any augmentations? I don't think I really care. Why is it choosing a female voice?
Excellence matters.
Heresy grows from idleness.
This could be an opportunity.
Your existence is naught but ashes.
time for a round of space regicide.
Now that's interesting.
Yeah, let's go with that one. And so my home world. I have the choice of a Death World, Voidborn, Hive World, Forge World, Imperial World, or Fortress World. And so this one gives me a +5 to strength, toughness, and agility. But a -5 to intelligence and fellowship. Voidborn. Willpower and intelligence are +5. Strength is -5. Willpower is probably a good thing from what it looks like. Fellowship. That's your charisma, basically. Persuasion, coercion, and commerce. Yeah, that's your charisma. Perception and willpower. Huh. Okay. So, honestly, I don't know. I hate negatives. Death World characters gain +15% critical hit chance against targets with bleeding effect, or with 50% or less of their maximum wounds. Death World characters gain +10% to critical hit chance for Axis hammers and laser weapons. Every injury increases the Death World character's agility and willpower by 5. Every trauma counts as 3 injuries. Interesting. Death World characters suffer TGH bonus. I'm not sure what that is. Less damage from fire, toxic damage, and bleeding effects. What is TGH? Toughness. Oh, okay. So Death World characters suffer minus toughness bonus? What? Less damage from... Oh, okay. So whatever my toughness is, if for example I have a 3 toughness bonus, I would receive 3 less damage from fire, toxic, and bleeding effects. Gotcha. Okay. Tenacity. Once per combat, when a Death World character suffers stunned, blind, or immobilized, this effect is ignored and they instead gain +20% of their maximum wounds as temporary wounds. Very interesting. Voidborn. Anytime Voidborn character scores a critical hit, there is a 10% chance they double the damage. Cool. Contagious Luck. Using a non-damaging ability on an ally grants that ally the ability to reroll any failed attack, dodge, parry, characteristic, or skill test with a 20% chance of success for 1 round. This chance cannot be greater than the base success chance of the roll. Using a non-damaging ability on an enemy grants them a 20% chance to fail a successful dodge or parry test against a character. Interesting. Just a flesh wound. Voidborn character has 20% chance to survive after suffering lethal damage with 1 wound. Jinx. Well, a Voidborn character has more than 50% wounds. All chances of all creatures, including enemies, in a 3-cell radius are increased by 10%. While a Voidborn character has less than 50% wounds, all chances of all creatures, including enemies in a 3-cell radius, are decreased by 10%. Interesting. Be smart. Anytime an ability or talent uses the Fellowship bonus, a Voidborn character can instead use the Intelligence bonus if it's higher. Additionally, Voidborn characters can always upgrade Intelligence even if their archetype does not allow it. That's not bad. What's this ability? Fortune. Voidborn character can reroll any failed attack, dodge, parry characteristic or skill test with 20% more success. This chance cannot be greater than the base success chance of the roll. Additionally, any character enemy. Interesting. What about Hive World? What do we got here? Strength of numbers. Hive World characters gain a +1 Fellowship bonus to resolve if there are 3 or more creatures, allies, or enemies in a 3-cell radius. Yet they suffer a -2 penalty to resolve with no creatures around. So you want your party to always be around you in that case. Okay. And can I get a drink, please? Yeah, that's fine. Nice. So camaraderie. Hive World characters can pass willpower resistance tests using their Fellowship value instead if the character's Fellowship is higher. Well, Hive World interesting. I don't think I'm going to Hive World. That's not bad though. All ranged weapons dealing physical damage have +1 damage, +5% armor penetration, +1 rate of fire, and -5 to recoil. That's not bad. If a Hive World character starts their turn adjacent to an ally character, that Hive World character starts with 2 MP. If a Hive World character ends their turn adjacent to allies, they all gain +2 MP on their next turn. Interesting. Yeah, this the Hive World is very much. I want people close to me. I want my party close to me. Hive World characters gain a 50% bonus to dodge against the first attack of opportunity every round. So that's not bad. Like, yeah, it very much wants people around. Forge World. Forge World characters gain 1 augmentation system from the following list. Subskin armor grants +5 +2 times toughness armor %. Interesting. Locomotion system grants plus agility bonus divided by 2 MP or /2 MP, I don't know. And +2 agility times agility bonus times dodge. Analytics system grants 10 plus intelligence bonus percentage critical hit chance. Interesting. First attack in combat with any plasma, melta, or power weapon. I don't really think I'll be dealing with plasma or like power weapons. I assume power weapons would be like what we consider heavy weapons. Like, for example, like a Gatling gun kind of thing. I don't know if they have Gatling guns in this, but that's just where my mind goes. Forge World characters gain plus toughness bonus, deflection against burning effect, and flame weapons. Interesting. While wearing heavy armor, Forge World characters gain +1, +1, and cannot fall prone. Okay, so they want people... No, it's not that... Yeah, okay. These are the tanks. That makes sense. Forge World characters gain a stacking 10% bonus to hit chance and dodge reduction against any target they hit with a single target attack. Successful critical hits from single target attacks increase the hit chance and dodge reduction by 20%. Forge World characters, you can use persuasion, coercion, and commerce based on intelligence instead of fellowship. So if you're making a tank, Forge World is a good choice. You give them like your subskin armor, which gives you more armor. That's pretty damn good. Okay, so we might be making a Forge World. I don't know yet. Imperial World. Imperial World characters can select any characteristic except for weapon skill or ballistic skill to add a 10 bonus. They're your basic human. The equivalent of a basic human in D&D. When an Imperial World character is affected by an ally's non-damaging ability, yeah. While under 40% wounds, Imperial World characters gain a 10 bonus to all characteristics and +2 to resolve. That's pretty damn good, actually. Holy shit. So as long as you are better than 40% wounds, I assume that works, like 0 to 40, you're getting a 10%, like a +10 to all your skills. No other character in the current party has the same archetype as this character. The first archetype ability used in combat, but this character costs -1 AP less. That's not bad. One thing you should know about me: when I have a bad habit of making basic humans in D&D, so this was really, yeah, this is really getting me. Imperial World characters gain +10% critical hit chance and 10% armor against Xenos or demonic creatures. Their allies gain half the bonuses of No Heresy. So they would get 5% chance to critical hit and armor. However, Imperial World characters' lore for Xenos and Warp is always 0. Yeah. All allies, excluding Xenos and current party gain. Oh, wow. Wow. I might just take a Imperial World. Team Fortress World character kills an enemy, they gain a 10%. Yeah, I think I will take a... I think I will take a, what I call the basic human there, Imperial World. Team of Fortress World character kills an enemy, they gain +10 stacks of Never Stop Shooting. At the start of their turn, there is a stacks % chance that the first attack this round will cost 0. It will not count towards the attack per limit. If this effect triggers, all stacks are lost. Yeah, I really think I will go Imperial World. And hopefully I'll be able to find someone, a party member, who will actually have a better, like, knowledge about Xenos and Warp than I will. Not that that would take much. So yeah, I think we're gonna go Imperial World. If you're watching this Zeo Fate, you probably knew I was going to. You played D&D with me enough. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna go Imperial World. Humanity's finest. So now I get to choose. A proficiency and increase it by 10. Okay. Strength. No. Toughness. I'm looking for like something that'll probably increase my weapon damage. So that's my constitution. Dodging is not a bad thing. Perception is always a good. Huh. So I probably want agility. It improves the character's initiative, dodge, chance, and reaction. When the character uses a melee weapon, their dodge reaction is equal to half their agility. I think I will go agility. But yeah. High agility allows the character to manipulate delicate explosives with finesse. Okay, so it's... Yeah, okay. Ballistic skill is what I'd want, but obviously I can't. Yeah, we'll go with agility. Okay. No, I'm not interested. I'm not going to be a psyker, thanks. When used for 1 round, the Astra Militarum commander and their allies do not suffer damage from allied attacks and deal 20 plus time. Okay, so 2 times fellowship plus bonus plus 20. That as a percentage, more damage to enemies that were attacked by them since ability activation. If multiple Astra Militarum commanders are in combat, the effect does not stack. Gives me a +5 to ballistic, fellowship, athletics, and coercion. Then another +5 to fellowship and 10 to athletics. I think we're gonna go Astra Militarum Commander. I think we'll go Persuasion for my triumph. My darkest hour. Yeah, my medicine. Captured by heretics who suffered unbearable torture at the hands of humanity's enemies. Yeah, that sounds about right. Do I want to go warrior? Both, no. That's melee. power and fellowship to improve their combat capabilities of their allies, turning them into even greater threats in their battle. Core focus is extra turns, single target buffs, rescuing allies, momentum. Breakdown. Officer immediately grabs an ally with an extra turn with 2 AP and no MP. If this ally is under the effective voice of command and kills an enemy before the end of the officer's turn, the ally gains a 1-time additional 2 times officer's fellowship bonus momentum. This ability cannot be used on the same ally more than once per round. Fair enough. Excuse me. Officer forces an ally to fully push themselves, increasing the characteristic by 10. Go around. Additionally, all of the officer's abilities can be applied. Huh. Now, what about soldier? Soldier gains +2 plus agility bonus divided by 2 MP. Their next attack costs -1 less and does not count towards attack per limit. At the end of the turn, the soldier becomes winded. While winded, the soldier suffers a -10 to ballistic. Cannot use running gun. Yeah. Soldier immediately removes the winded effect until the end of combat. Soldier gains the following bonuses: 10 ballistic, 2 times agility bonus times +5, agility plus agility bonus percentage. Huh, okay. Yeah, I think we're gonna go soldier. Bounty hunter, master cadet, so is arc militant. That could be interesting. So yeah, I think we're gonna go soldier. Then maybe bounty hunter. Then exemplar. We'll see. Soldier, yeah. Okay, so I have 30 points right now. Weapon skill. Let's put that up to 40. Put that up to 40. That up to 40. I got 2 more. It's only by, and it's up by 5, so, which is kind of interesting. Okay, I have 2 more that I can increase. Or 1 more. Either way. Apparently my coercion is my highest skill. That's interesting. Ah, actually, persuasion is also. Well, I should just lean into what I'm best at, apparently. Okay, I can't do that more than 45. Agility. Yeah. Okay. Just want to make sure of something. Yeah, 45 is the best I can do. Okay. Void ship. A sword class frigate. Or a Falchion class frigate. Okay. 6.5 megatons, approximately 27,000. Yeah, then we'll go Falchion. Why not? What should I call it? What's a good name for a ship? You know what? We'll call it the Pale Horse. Because death arrives on a pale horse, right? He rides upon a pale horse. You get what I'm saying. You get it. Ignatius. Of course, as always, my name will be Talon, which is short for Death Talon. Once again, death always rides upon a pale horse. We're done. Going to be interesting, I think.
An excellent place for contemplation. One has the best view of the cathedral from here. Mesmerizing, wouldn't you say? An impeccable manifestation of the God Emperor's sublimity. An interesting perspective. However, allow me to offer you a bit of advice. In the interests of your own well-being, you should frame your thoughts with greater piety. Demonstrating such a lack of care when choosing your words might be viewed by certain people as evidence of insufficient trepidation before the God Emperor, the master of humanity.
I merely criticize the talentless architects of this place, nothing more.
I understand, but the particularities of my craft have made me a perceptive individual, capable of seeing through to the root of things. Unlike millions of his devout servants. Trust me, your words could easily be interpreted a different way, especially by one inclined to do so. Allow me to introduce myself. Kunrad Voigtveer, Master of Whispers, in the employ of Her Ladyship Rogue Trader Theodora von Valencias, at your service. I haven't had the pleasure of speaking with you in person before.
Lieutenant General Talon Scipio Grimald, commander of the 8th Army of the Scanthian Janissaries.
My regards, Lieutenant General. The Astra Militarum is the hammer of the God Emperor, isn't that what they say? Well, it is likely that fate will give you ample opportunity to demonstrate your talents as a commander. I will be frank with you. You may forget your past titles, no matter who gave them to you, or what their origins are. From the moment you and the other candidate were brought aboard this void ship, your fate changed. You now serve Lord Captain Theodora von Valencias, and carry the burden of an heir of this house. Henceforth, you share your dynastic name with Her Ladyship. Bear it with honor.
You have a curious title, Master of Whispers. What are your responsibilities?
To put it plainly, I am the head of the network of spies and informers who serve the interests of House von Valencias. I uncover weak links both among Lady Theodora's retinue and in the ranks of her rivals. I eliminate our vulnerabilities and exploit those of others.
Lord Captain. A strange title for the Lady Theodora.
Such are the traditions of the Imperium. Lord Captain is the title that was established in the annals of the Lex Imperialis at the time when the first rogue traders entered the God Emperor's service, and therefore, it is sacrosanct.
Interesting. Tell me about the one on whose ship I have found myself.
I would rather not discuss the Lord Captain behind her back, especially not on board her ship. No one knows better than I that whispers are wont to attract particularly close attention. Suffice it to say that Her Ladyship is the bearer of the sacred warrant of trade and a woman of immense power and entitlement. However privileged your position may be, I ask that you do not incur her anger by being disrespectful or obtuse. Lady Theodora despises both qualities. There is, and you will meet him soon enough.
You say I am one of the Rogue Trader's heirs, so there is another candidate? Why am I aboard this vessel? Why have I been brought here?
So that you may fulfill your blood duty. Whatever obligations you had before, they are henceforth null and void. By order of the Lord Captain, you have been requisitioned to serve the Rogue Trader, indeed blessed by the God Emperor. I see that you are shocked. Yes, you understood correctly. Lady Theodora's authority indeed supersedes that of those whom you obeyed before. The Lord Captain's power is so great that she is capable of performing unthinkable feats, such as changing the fate of a servant of the Imperium. Your fate.
I assume you had some goal in mind when you decided to seek me out. Let us address it.
But of course, I have come to invite you to a meeting with Lady Theodora. I imagine you have many questions for your patroness. And I'm sure she has just as many questions for you. It is regrettable that you haven't yet had an opportunity to speak. It has been an arduous voyage thus far. The Lord Captain and Master Edelthrad von Valencius are conversing on the observation platform. Let us join them there.
Do let's.
Stay sharp.
Jesus crap, I'm fast. Interesting. Sacred mechanism has been interfered without due reverence. The duration of the data processing cycle has tripled. Lay people interfering in the operation of the sacred mechanisms disturbs the machine spirits. In the name of the Omnissiah, refrain from any further profane acts. No touchy. That's what they're telling me. No touchy. Incomprehensible information is displayed on a large screen above the cogitators. You can make out references to unfamiliar systems and worlds among the numbers and logisticar symbols. Yeah, you want me to go that way, so let's go this way. May as well strengthen my heart. May my humble deeds be for the benefit of humanity. A candlelit altar with a copy of the 2348th volume of the Lex Imperialis and the Codex of the Sacred Laws of the Imperium.
Let's see this through.
I guess I gotta go talk to Kunrad.
One of the Von Valencia's trophies. Perhaps you would like to take a look around after your audience with the Lord Captain.
Definitely be an interesting look around, I'm sure.
What's happening? Run! The servitors have gone berserk!
I thought they were servitors. I'm not super familiar with Warhammer lingo, but yeah.
Violence is a proven solution.
To survive in the grim darkness of the far future, you will have to face enemies of all kinds and fight for your life. These hints and tutorials will familiarize with the combat system of Warhammer 40k. Trader. Start the battle. You missed. And you're dead. And so are you. All battles in the game are turn-based and take place on a grid. On their turn, a character can move, attack, and use their abilities. Select a cell within the highlighted area and double-click to move the character there. Movement points MP determine how far a character can move for their turn. 1 MP corresponds to 1 cell on the battlefield. Moving diagonally is more costly. Every second diagonal cell uses 2. At the beginning of each turn, movement points are restored to the maximum value. Note that once a character starts moving, the action can no longer be cancelled. Can I just shoot from here? can.
Easy.
Is that all I can do? I can only shoot once? Damn. I need a better weapon. I'm using a revolver right now.
Let's set this in motion.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I know what to do.
It's cool that I'm dealing damage, but I'm not dealing enough damage. Dude, you suck! Ow. Can you do more than analyze? Maybe attack him?
They won't expect this.
So I guess I have to move, then attack. Once I attack, I can't move, apparently. Interesting. Attacking uses all my movement points. Okay.
To the heretics!
Oh, you're a melee attacker. Cool.
What suspiciously poor timing for such an accident. Servitors malfunction on the officer's deck at exactly the same moment when the rogue trader and her heirs are gathered here. I have blocked all passages between the upper and lower sectors of the residential decks. If this is a deliberate attack, it should stop the culprits from advancing their plan. I'm afraid I must remain here. For Lady Theodora's safety, I have to oversee the execution of these orders personally. I hope you will have no difficulty reaching the observation platform on your own. It is just at the end of this corridor.
Wires in the servitors' heads are still smoldering. It would seem the cause of the malfunction was the short-circuiting of the motive force. Okay. Tarantula sentry gun constructed with the blessing of the Adeptus Mechanicus using a standard template construct in the manufactorums of the Kiev Gamma. Interesting. Big ass tank. Le Mans Russ battle tank reclaimed and restored and by the grace of the God Emperor. The first to breach the capital walls during the pacification of Vortes Chthon. Exhibit is unfinished. Another symbol of House von Valancia's valor will be displayed here at some point in the future. Violet alloy, which upon closer examinations turned out to be handcrafted object symbols carved with a primitive tool are visible on its surface. Cool. A black shard resembling obsidian. If you look closely, you can discern a strange, barely perceptible glow inside the artifact. Massive golden amalgam interspersed with sparkling particles. The stone on the pedestal is no doubt solid, but its surface shimmers and changes hue as if someone has captured a piece of turbulent sea within the rock. Cool. Strange object that resembles sea core. The coral porous surface is pitted, a sign that it has been underwater. Gray-green crystal with white veins. A low hum can be heard coming from the artifact.
Onward to victory.
Grand Voidship Temple occupies the entire space below the officer's deck and is lit by countless candles and lumens. Oh, excuse me.
That is simply irrational, Lady Theodora. Assimilation into the trade structure would be political and economic suicide. Practically an admission of heresy.
Then suggest an alternative that will satisfy me. I have described the situation. No worse than my seneschal could have done. Make a decision. What will you do with Ion 6, Edelthrad?
Your first impression of Edelthrad, who appears to be about 30 years old, is of parchment-like skin, stretched over a tightly bundled mass of sinew, implants, and bone. The nervously twitching fingers, the face twisted by a slight tic, and the jerky movements are all signs of some illness or defect that have taken over his physical form. In stark contrast to Edelthrad, Theodora von Valencius's features appear as if they were carved from marble. Eternal and indestructible, head raised high, proud posture, hand clasped casually behind her back. Everything seems to emphasize the difference in status between her and Edelthrad. Next to two of them, you see two more men. One is a gray-haired officer of impeccable bearing who is studying the contents of his data slate. The other is a behemoth bristling with holsters and baldricks containing all manner of weapons.
Our second candidate has joined us. Approach and give me your answer. Consider this hypothetical situation. Ion 6. A new world on the fringes of the Koronus Expanse. High seismic activity, regular magma eruptions, metamorphic rock deposits, prospects for large-scale mining. The world is populated by natives who worship some heretical underworld spirits that protect those who offer them sacrifices. Flights of fancy, you might say, but attempts to install ore extractors have failed for the second time. The mining crews sent to the planet's surface simply vanished overnight. My question to you is, what would you do with this poisoned treasure?
The spirits could well be the natives, named for dangerous aliens. I would first verify that if that is indeed the case, and if the population of Aeon 6 engages in Xeno worship. Or, there are ways to confirm whether what is happening on Aeon 6 is witchcraft or not. It might cost several psychers to do so, but it'll give us the answer.
presumptuous. It took me a great deal to find one psyker who could serve me well for many years. Yet you speak of several.
Sanctioned psychers are rare and valuable instruments of the Golden Throne. Or do you suggest that we use heretics, who are an offense to the God Emperor's light? It would be rather careless of you to utter such profanity in the presence of his faithful servants.
I gave a straight answer to a simple question, which, as I understand, was more than you could do, Edelthrod. We are both servants to the God Emperor and Lady Theodora. Does it become anyone of our status to engage in petty feuds? I find your tone most disagreeable, Edelthrod. You will kindly alter the manner in which you address me, or else you will live to regret the consequences. Shut your mouth, Edelthrod, before I decide to shut it for you. Let's go straight answer.
Insolent, ignorant upstart. How dare you?
Edelthrod, I believe I gave you an assignment on this ship. Explain to me then why my senior congregator is still dawdling about the officer's deck, instead of proceeding to the middle decks to commence the inspection of the compartments in his purview.
I beg your forgiveness, Lady Theodora. Your presence has such a profound effect on me that I well forgot the time.
Kiss ass.
So, why are you here?
Questions I wish to have answered. Oops.
Clarity. A luxury that
No.
few of us can afford. There is a reason why I did not explain all the details of the question I posed to you earlier. Beyond the borders of the Imperium, seldom. My name is Theodora von Valancius Massimo of Scaris. I am a rogue trader in the service of the God Emperor of humanity. And my rights and freedoms are vindicated by a most sacred relic. The warrant of trade, kept aboard this very vessel. Mine is the honor to venture into the darkness, beyond the Imperium, and carry humanity's light where powers wicked and heretical reign, and bow death and ruin to us all. It is my decision alone to determine the fate of whatever I find past the bounds of the explored void. Every world I discover, along with all there is to find thereon, resources, people, riches, and mysteries, is mine by right. I command millions of lives, rule over numerous planets, and possess fortunes that no planetary governor or commander could dream of amassing. And you are one of those with von Valancius blood in their veins and a rightful claim to this inheritance when the hour comes. Naturally, some have yet to arrive on board, but you have had the pleasure of meeting one of them. Edelthrod may be somewhat disconcerted by the scale of the responsibilities that may potentially fall upon his shoulders. However, I have a good feeling about him as a candidate. Blood right alone is not enough to earn the high honor of becoming the bearer of a warrant of trade. Nonetheless, your abilities and talents may yet prove useful. If not for the role of Lord Captain, then for that of their closest ally. Alas, even those responsibilities can at times be too challenging for those who share your blood. Kunrad Voitvir served me for many years before he made his mistake.
Did I hear you correctly? The Master of Whispers is related to you?
His kinship to me is most distant, as is yours. Nonetheless, he does bear the name von Valancius, even if he avoids using it publicly, and as such, strictly speaking, can be considered my heir. That door, however, is closed to him. Voigtvir's performance in his current role is satisfactory. Or it used to be, at least. Impatience. I am rather fond of impatient people. They are not as quick to resign themselves to circumstance and more eager to show initiative. Even if I do choose Edelthrad as my successor, I will still require loyal advisors. The skills and knowledge you acquired in your former life may prove invaluable here, in the Koronus Expanse. Service in the Astra Militarum is a trial from which very few people emerge with their life. That you have risen through the ranks of the Imperial Guard and assumed command of an army is a testament to your astuteness, both on the battlefield and in the tangled net of officer intrigues. I assure you, the company that a rogue trader keeps will offer you plenty of chances to demonstrate both your diplomatic skills and your combat prowess. Moreover, your courage has made you far more famous than you yourself probably realize. True feats of heroism will forever live on in the annals of the Imperium and bring honor to the von Valancius line. I have some time before the Navigator gives the signal to initiate the Void ship's translation out of the warp, and my presence is required on the bridge. Sometimes I forget that people without direct access to a ship's bridge may not know the first thing about how a Void ship travels between the stars. Vessels such as this one are capable of leaving real space and traversing into the warp, an otherworldly dimension of cruel and unthinkable forces. By entering it under the protection of the Gellerfield, we shorten the route to our destination, crossing distances that would require hundreds of years in a matter of weeks instead. Sometimes in days or even hours. That is how humanity spread across the galaxy. That is how we were able to build the Imperium, which spans millions of stars.
An incident took place on the officer deck. Some servitors went berserk and attacked the crew.
Is that so? Perhaps the technomats were careless during maintenance. Or it could be the warp playing tricks on us in spite of the Gellerfield. Or perhaps there is something to all the stories about the ship being possessed after all.
Oh, goody.
Lady Theodora, for the God Emperor's sake, surely you do not intend to start repeating idle rumors spread about by uneducated riffraff.
Enough, Abelard. Such hearsay amuses me. Idira eagerly retells me everything she learns from the whispers of her unseen advisors. This ship is ancient. It has enough hidden nooks, malfunctioning cogitators, and unused compartments to make ignorant folks speak of specters dwelling inside the bulkheads and plotting against those who yet live. The
Where's your ship hidden?
system, the domain of rogue trader Winterscale, one of my peers and rivals. Besides me, 2 other rogue traders exist in the Koronus Expanse, and each of them possesses resources comparable to mine. Perhaps you will one day assist House von Valancius in surpassing both of them in affluence and splendor.
We'll see.
I set the course for Rykad on the demand that... for a very specific reason. Perhaps I shall yet apprise you of the purpose for this voyage, but now is not the time.
What are my current responsibilities?
Observe, learn, absorb. It will take time for you to find your bearings aboard this vessel and in your new position. Eventually, I will find a post that suits you as I did for Edelthrad. Until that time comes, consider yourself my aide.
Gracious Lord Captain, surely there are ways I can prove myself a worthy heir.
You can start by not asking questions of this sort. I have no need for sycophants. I will draw my conclusions when an opportunity to prove yourself arises. As for when you will be granted that opportunity, only the God Emperor knows.
There's no
In
more
that
questions.
case, I shall head to... Disturbances reported on the adjacent decks. Seneschal, if the need arises, protect the new blood. It is possible that the chance to prove your worth may present itself sooner than you may have anticipated.
Oh, goody. This will be fun.
You'll regret standing against me.
You'll make a suitable sacrifice.
Stuff done.
I can handle this.
Follow my lead.
Follow my lead. For the glory of the Imperium.
Dude, I need better weapons.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
Use cover to avoid enemy attacks. Cover the character. Okay.
I know what to do. Done and done. As said, so done.
Death to non-believers. Chaos guides me.
That's gonna hurt.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones.
Weapon at the ready. Die!
One left.
One step ahead. Easy.
I missed.
For now. No mercy for heretics!
Mort, take a team with you and clear a path to the transport line. Do not let a single whoreson survive. Didn't bat an eye when that scum burst onto the deck, huh? Not bad. I have seen many an officer who panicked at the sight of combat on the upper decks. The false sense of security offered by their position makes them that much more vulnerable to the harsh realities of warp travel.
What is
From
happening?
we have seen, I can speculate that we are dealing with some variety of madness induced by warp travel. Such episodes are not uncommon among voidsmen who have found themselves outside the boundaries of real space, though such episodes seldom spill onto other decks.
The casters are not working, or have been sabotaged. Either the warp is toying with us, or someone went to great lengths to cut the ship's communications. I will need a direct channel to the engine seer Prime before I can get a sense of what we are up against. Whatever it may be, keep your weapons at the ready. I imagine it will be some time before we no longer need them.
How could there be armed people in the ranks of the crew who would dare to attack the Lord Captain?
Trust me, this is hardly surprising for a crew of thousands. The lower decks are a fertile environment for discontent and heresy, no matter how one tries to incinerate any seed before it can take root. All it takes is a hint of warp influence to cloud the minds of normally obedient cattle.
Sporadic riots on the lower decks never reach these compartments. No, the tumults of the rabble are always contained within their own territory. This is too well organized. It is spreading too rapidly.
The incident with the rampaging servitors may be connected to what is transpiring now.
Possibly. Quite likely. We will investigate at a later time. Right now, we need to isolate the affected compartments and try to assess the situation.
What are your orders?
Mort has gone on ahead to clear a path for us. If you want to make yourself useful, go after him and see if the Arch-Militant requires aid. And be quick about it.
Okay. Game is auto-saved. We're actually going to save the game proper. And that's going to be the end of this first episode. I want to thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this first episode of Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. If you want to check out more of my content, you can check me out on YouTube and Twitch, 19deathtalent69. And if you want to chat with me or the rest of my friends, the Relentless Undead, Zeofate, or Tamapanda, you can join our community Discord. The link will be below. Once again, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.